As rumors start to spread that Bethesda Starfield might be coming to PlayStation in the near future, Microsoft quickly respond by crushing all hopes.
They say, the wonder is, not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family. What you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. So we have a few things to get into today, starting with Xbox once again confirming that Starfield will in fact be exclusive to Microsoft. Now you might be scratching your head thinking to yourself that this is old news that was already confirmed, but there are those who are still holding out hope that the game might be making its way to PlayStation, given Xbox openness to sharing games like Minecraft across platforms. Now the reason why all of this are being brought up again is because during this week some took to Twitter to speculate about the game's future on Sony's flagship console based on an interview that was done with Bethesda's Pete Haynes. Now in the interview he said there are Xbox brands that exist on other platforms. First and foremost, I think it is important to note Minecraft didn't just stop existing on anything once Mojang was bought by Xbox. It is a massively played game on all of these other platforms. It is not a sorry you are never going to get anything by Bethesda again. Certainly there are going to be things that you are not going to be able to play on PlayStation. So it was this interview that sparked the rumor, and right after that Aaron Greenberg from Xbox responded by stating Starfield will be launching exclusively on the Xbox Series X, S and PC on November 11, 2022. Game Pass members can play day one as well on Xbox and PC. I know we have said all of this before and none of that has or will change. So there you have it, once again confirmation of what we already know. Now ultimately at the end of the day I think I'm fine with both decisions. I've always been pretty consistent when it comes to my views on exclusives. I understand why they exist, but in a perfect world games will be available for everyone to enjoy, not just those who have the right piece of plastic. I would not be opposed to the idea at all of Xbox releasing this game on other platforms as well. I'm also not going to lose any sleep over them not doing it either. As a person who can only afford to buy one console and have chosen to go with Xbox, I have missed out on some pretty amazing PlayStation games, and unfortunately now PlayStation players will also be missing out on some Xbox games, and I think that is just the way it goes. If I have to make a guess, and this has always been my guess, what Pete Haynes is talking about here when he says that Sony will be seeing some Bethesda games in the future is existing IPs like maybe Doom and Elder Scrolls. I think that new IPs will be exclusive and then existing IPs will be available for everybody, and again I think that's the way that it should be. It would be really sad if Sony players missed out on long-standing franchises like those just because Xbox now owns them. For me, I hope that one day we can get to a point where decisions on what consoles to buy would come down to the hardware and the features and the prices instead of just the games. In my opinion, PC has the perfect model. There are AMD cards and there are Nvidia cards. All games are available for both, so your choice at the end of the day just comes down to price and performance. It will never happen that way on consoles, and I do understand the reason why, but I think we all can dream. Then quickly moving on, Xbox Game Pass has some big titles lined up for the month of September, starting with Final Fantasy 13. Xbox already have a massive lineup of Final Fantasy games, and this latest edition will just add to that growing library. I'm hoping that Final Fantasy 7 Remake will eventually be making its way to Xbox as well, but as of right now Sony still holds the exclusive rights over the game. It was supposed to only be an exclusive deal for 1 year, but that contract was unfortunately extended. There are plenty more titles on the way. For a full list, please feel free to check the link in the description. But then lastly, Xbox once again will be holding another planned showcase for the 30th of September. So as most know, there is this annual Tokyo Game Showcase and Xbox usually participate at that event. This year will be no different, as Xbox announced that not only will they be present at this event, but they will also be releasing exclusive news there. Now Xbox has long since been struggling to get a foothold in Japan. While Nintendo and PlayStation enjoyed massive amounts of success, Xbox's presence there has pretty much been non-existent. They have made some progress over the last 2 years with the Xbox Series consoles selling relatively well, and with that also buying a Japanese studio, but there is still plenty of work that needs to be done. Xbox being present at these type of events will go a long way to assist with that. But just to sum up the event, it will be a 4-day event which will take place from the 30th of September to the 3rd of October, and it will include 44 presentations. Xbox has a 15-minute presentation planned for the 30th of September at 6 PM Japanese Standard Time, but this is where I'm going to end it. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and as always, please remember to stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope to see you again soon.